Good morning. Welcome to our yoga class this morning to set intentions from the heart. And just for everyone that is new here, my name is Alex, and I'm super excited to start this weekend or starting to today with you. So you can come just in a simple sitting position and close your eyes. And just take a few deep breaths through the nose, in and out. Really noticing what happens when you inhale and when you exhale. And as you're feeling your body moving with each inhale and exhale, notice how you're feeling physically this week. Do you feel full of energy or rather tired and sluggish? Maybe you've got a cold or have some tension or ache anywhere in your body. And maybe you also feel just spacious and soft, strong. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Release. And then keep breathing through the nose in and out as you bring your hands to your heart. How is your heart? How are you feeling emotionally today? Take a deep inhale into your heart space. Hold your breath at the top. And then exhale. Bring your hands over your eyes. How are you feeling mentally today? How have been your thoughts this week? The scenarios in your mind, have they been inspiring or frightening? Take a deep inhale through your nose and slowly exhale. Release your hand. Taking a few deep breaths here and just noticing if you're feeling connected to yourself as whole. Maybe there is a smile on your face. As you're inhaling and calling in all the pieces of yourself to come now to you. And as you exhale, you release what's not yours, ideal lack concepts, fears, wishes, desires, expectations. One more deep inhale into your heart here. Hold your breath at the top and slowly exhale through the nose. In today's class, I'm inviting you to tune into your heart, and we'll be starting setting intentions in our heart space. And if you've done the questions already, which I recommend you doing this weekend if you haven't yet, you might have figured out what you'd like to, invite into your life until June 1st. Maybe it's something big, maybe it's something smaller. It can be really something simple like a feeling or a new job. I don't know how simple that is, but you don't know, maybe you wish for a new opportunity in the business you're already working, or new business opportunities for your own business, or maybe it's a partner you would like to invite in, or a baby, or I don't know, it can be like a really big project you've been already working on. Or maybe it's just something small, like you want to feel more relaxed, more present. Maybe making stronger boundaries with people around you. And it's sometimes difficult to pick one, but pick one. Maybe it's you want to, meditate every day. Could be, or each week, I don't know. But just one thing that feels manageable, but also slightly exciting and scary. And I'll be doing the same. I can make a sentence out of it. I will XYZ. I will connect to my heart space and make stronger boundaries. I am opening myself up to a new job or opportunity with ease, joy, and creativity that suits my physical, mental, and emotional needs. Pick one sentence. And then you can slowly open your eyes and write that sentence down on a paper. You can put it in front of your mat. And don't worry about which one to pick, you will have a whole lifetime to pick one by one, and think of all the years you haven't been intentional about your dreams. So you don't have to do them all till June this year. But what helps with dates is it's just gonna help you approach it easier. It's easier for your mind. Even maybe you want to quit your job, or now that's not the greatest example in a pandemic, but I've done that when I wanted to quit my job and do a trip around the world. So, and it can come sooner, it might come later, but the energy you bring in is that, and you can focus all your energy on it. Because if you pick too many things, you also kind of feed the resistance, because then we cannot really do any of them. You can't do too many things. You know that, no? That's why you're coming to yearn, also to chill and set intentions from your heart. And you might not be exactly sure what it is that you want to invite in right now. And it can be simple as, I am connecting to my heart space and I am allowing my heart desires to come true, or to come up to surface. So place your paper in front of your mat, and might change during this class, during this weekend. Really get in tune with it now, and you can do this class again, that. So don't worry. Okay. Have your props somewhere close in front of your mat. And if you have sensitive knees or just want a cozy space, you can have a blanket over your mat. That's always very nice in you. Or under your knees. So then coming on all fours in neutral. These are about hip distance apart, and arms and hands are about shoulder wide apart. And we'll be just taking a few cat and cows here, just inhaling, slowly opening the chest, arching our back, and then exhaling, rolling our spine. Do this for a few times in your own pace. Tuning into your heart, into your body. And let it be fluid, moving as your water. One more full round. And then come back to neutral. We're moving into a child's pose. For that, take your knees wider than your hips and bring your big toes to touch on the mat. Sitting back on your heels here and walking your hands forward, placing your forehead either on a block or just on the mat. And taking a few deep breaths in Aegean shape, and let's say 3 to 5, to just arrive and notice if you have to make some shifts in your physical body to really ground down and relax. And from here, find stillness. Turning into the back of your heart space. And tuning into your intention that you've set. And sometimes when we set intentions, we feel the pressure of how, when, and why it should come. And also fear of how we're going to manage it by ourselves because it seems impossible. So it's a sign of surrendering that pressure and that inner need of solving it all yourself. You can flip your hands open to the sky and letting your intention flow out into the world, into the universe, into places you might not think are possible, and knowing that you will receive the support you need. And some will come from outside and some will come from inner resources. Breathing into your belly here, releasing your jaw and neck, your shoulders. Elbows touching the floor. And then stay here in stillness, allowing your body to open up. Building trust when it's hard. Building trust when we're in fear. Making that a conscious choice to not spiral down the tunnel of fear that is never ending, but to choose to stay in this body, in this present moment, and act from that place. From a place of integrity with your intention. As if you're already living it. Allow your body to soften a bit deeper into the mat. Yes, all the tension, all the how, all the oh my gosh. Because you're so loved, protected, and capable. Taking a few more deep breaths here. And from here, just flip your hands down if they aren't already, and just stay here for a few more breaths. Coming back to your intention and repeating it 3 times internally. And then press your hands into the floor. Gently lift your forehead and start walking your hands back carefully till they come back into neutral. And just stay here without any movement. And breathe. Notice what's happening inside you. Eyes can be closed if you feel safe. Exhale into the mouth whenever you need. From here we'll be moving into melting heart. And for that, your legs are going to stay the same way. Hips and knees in one line and hip distance apart. And we'll walk our hands forward. And it's similar to child's pose, but just that our hips stay up. And then we'll bring our heart down towards the earth and our forehead to touch the floor. And then if you feel there's a lot of pressure in the front of your body, you can just gently move backwards. And that's going to help balance the pressure more. You can tune into your body here. Take a few deep breaths. And if you want, you can flip your hands up towards the sky again here. That feels good. If not, keep the hands where they are. Allowing the belly to soften here. How soft can we become here? Turning to our hearts, releasing your neck and shoulders and tongue. Allowing the fears and the tension in the belly to melt forward towards the heart space and be transformed with love, true love, in love. And this might sound cheesy and spacey, but it's also like a question you can ask yourself if there is a challenging moment. How can I look at this through the lens of love? Taking 5 more deep breaths here. Last one, let it through the sigh out through the mouth. And then very carefully we'll slide forward onto our belly. Belly down Shavasana. Placing your forehead onto your hands, not on your ears, please, that's important. And then just wiggle your hips here, creating some space. Breathing through the full body. And then turn around to lie on your back. If you have something under your knees, something under your head, take it please away so we can lie flat on our mat. A blanket under your mat is fine. Bring our hands to our hips here. And as we breathe, notice how with every inhale your belly lifts. And how with every exhale it lowers down. We'll bring our heels together. Our feet touch here. And we're moving in a shape called Banana Asana or Crescent Moon. And we'll be opening the sides of our body, planting our intentions between our rib cage. So with the next exhale, really feel how your hips ground. Because this is your center and your hips and your buttocks are not moving from here. If they lift or move, you went too far, so you have to back up. So with the next exhale, walk your feet towards the right side, just as far as your hips stay grounded. If you want, you can place your left foot on top of the right or the right on top of the left. And walk your upper body towards the right. Again, only as far as your shoulder blades and your hips stay grounded. And then take your arms over your head, maybe grabbing the opposite wrist, maybe not. Head can stay neutral or face towards the right. Taking a few deep breaths here to arrive and tune into the left side of your physical body. Your rib cage expanding with every inhale. Every exhale, your bones become heavy. Repeat your intention 3 times internally. Keep the sentence the same. If it's too long and too complicated, you have to shift it, change it into something you can remember. Maybe into the left door of your heart that is being opened now. What is your heart telling you? Taking a final breath. And centering your head and walking your upper body back to center, bringing the hands to the hips. Unwrapping the legs and centering your legs. Taking a full breath through the full body. Noticing your hips. As you walk your feet towards the left side. Only as far as the hips stay grounded. Taking the same variation with your legs as you've taken before. And then walking the upper body to the left. And grabbing your wrists. And this side might feel completely different. Take the same variation with your hands and head as before. Breathing through the right side of your body. Opening yourself up and breathing into the sticky places. In life that might be places that we don't want to look at. You repeat your intention 3 times internally. Tuning into the right door of your heart space. And what it has to tell you. And at this point, just notice how you're feeling right now. Now maybe this yearn gravity already took over you being in your body. Just hear how nice this feels. Maybe even scary sometimes. Feeling all we feel. Taking a final breath here. And then slowly centering the head first and walking your upper body back to center. And then unwrapping your feet and walking your legs back to center. Breathing out your full body here. Eyes are closed if you can have them closed. And just notice what's happening inside you mentally, physically, emotionally. Take one more deep inhale into your chest. Hold the breath at the top. And then exhale to the mouth. Let it go. Letting the body soften into the mat. Moving your toes and fingers here, your head from side to side. And then give your knees a hug into your chest. Maybe rolling from side to side. Being nice to yourself. Paying attention to how you talk to yourself. And then roll over to one side. And from the side, roll onto your belly. And from here, we'll be coming up to our lower arms. Palms of the hands facing down. Your legs can be here together, or for me, this feels very tight. I don't have space in my lower back for that. Then you can take your legs wider. Just you can try it out and see what feels better in your body. Every body is different. Your elbows and shoulders are about in a line. And then really spread your fingers wide into the earth and then roll forward and let your head hang for a moment. Maybe say yes and no. And then remember your intention here. And close your eyes. And as you're remembering it, you can open yourself up to it as you lift your upper body up. Bring the shoulders down into Sphinx. Breathing now into your heart space. Your pubic bone is pressing down towards the earth. You can tuck your chin gently in so your neck is in neutral and not facing up towards the sky. You can soften now here. It's okay to gently hang a bit. If you want, you can also place a block under your forehead. Tune into the front of your heart here. This is the fire and discipline we sometimes need to stay open and listening to our hearts. To make the choice based on your heart and heart's integrity. Why it's hard to stay here. With shoulders and jaw. Soften. Release your legs, like the tension in your legs. If your head is on a block, lift it up now. And with the next exhale, look over your right shoulder. Breathe. And then slowly exhale, come back to center. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder. Release the shoulders down and breathe. Coming back to center for a couple last breaths here. Close your eyes and Repeat your intention 3 times internal. And then carefully remove any props in front of you and really in slow motion bring your upper body down very carefully. Place your forehead on your hands and just stay here in stillness for a moment, breathing through the full body. Exhale through the mouth if you need to, as a sign of releasing. Maybe gently wiggle the hips from side to side. And then just have a look. You can just comment to the left or right ear, depending on where you're screaming, so maybe it's in the front. And have a look at me, please. We'll be moving into a pose called salamander. And this pose might feel weird, but just go for it. You will be fine. Remove any props under you and then come back into this belly down shavasana, having your arms spread out wide on both sides like a T or like a cross. Line up to your left ear and then bringing your right arm under your right shoulder. And then from here, we'll be rolling ourselves over to the right side. And this movement can feel very weird, but nothing's gonna happen to your left arm. Just keep it, extended in a T. And you come onto your fingertips with your right hand. And you bring that right foot behind your left knee. Or you just keep your right leg on top of your left leg. So it's just gonna open our shoulders a lot. If you feel very open, you can take a bind and bring your right hand under your left thigh. And then stay here. I'm just gonna show it one more time. If you're already in it, just breathe. That's it. Let's get some more space. So Kaminati. Left ear on the floor, bringing the right hand under your shoulder, and then roll over, and taking a variation with your right leg. Breathing here. Deep shoulder opener, soften, release your neck, your jaw, your face. Opening the wings of our heart, our shoulder blades. They can be very tight. You can also bend your knees here if that helps you. Keep breathing. Remember your intention here and repeat it 3 times. And then carefully come back onto your belly. Bring the head to center. Take a full breath through the full body here.
And then spread out your arms in a T, coming onto your right ear to lie. Bring your left fingers next to the left shoulder and roll over your right side towards the left. Bring your left foot in a comfortable position. Maybe it's the same as before, maybe not. Maybe this side is way lighter. And then breathe. Release those fingers in the right hand. Release your neck and jaw. Oh. Remember your intention here and repeat it 3 times internally. Very, very slowly roll back down onto your belly. Breathing through the full body here. And come back into Sphinx just for a moment to see how it feels now. For me, it feels way freer, easier. Take one more deep inhale into your heart, hold your breath at the top. And slowly exhale through the nose, coming down to your forehead. Maybe gently wiggling the hips. As you roll over onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, and maybe wiggling from side to side. And then rolling over to your left. And just staying here for a moment, breathing through the heart, in and out. And then gently lift yourself up in a seated position. And maybe you want to put on some socks if you haven't already. Bring some blankets around you to cover yourself and something to cover your eyes. We're not finished yet. We'll be moving into a shape called heart on the block. And I wrote you that you'll need either a block or two, or a bolster, or a book and a pillow. And if you have a book, the book is going to come between the shoulder blades. And same goes if you only have one block. And you can just use a pillow or another book or a firm blanket as a support for your head. And if you have 2 blocks or a bolster, you use that. You place your blocks in front of your mat, one where your head approximately is, and one where your shoulder blades are. Just make sure you're lying on your mat. And come to sit in front of your pot, having your feet planted into the earth, maybe giving them a gentle rub. And then from here, you'll walk your hands back, come to your elbows, and grab the first block. And we're gonna take the lowest setting. If you do this class another time, or you feel very, very open because you practice this very often, you might take another setting. But even if you practice a lot, this is not a must. So place your block between your shoulder blades, above your rib cage, so on the bony part. And you come slowly down, and then you grab the other prop and place it under your head. If you have a bolster, you just lie over your bolster. And then from here, arms are next to the body, spread out wide. Palms facing up towards the sky. Taking a few deep breaths here just to come in. And noticing what happens in your heart space. What do you feel there? And your legs, you can extend them onto the mat, or you can come into butterfly by bringing your feet together and letting your knees fall out so that the inner part of your feet touch. I always recommend some support under your knees if you have, and if you need. And then here we are, opening the front of our hearts. You can feel very vulnerable. So just tune into everything you're feeling right now and stay in your body. If memories come up, remember, this might just be old stuck emotions being released because you're not right now in your past. You're here in your body. Breathing, softening your body, letting every bone become heavy. Melting open. Feelings and all we need to feel, because when we feel, we heal. Mm. Remember your intention here. Repeat it 3 times internally. And imagine how with every repetition you inhale your intention through your nose into your heart.
And then you exhale your intention into your full body, to every single cell. Release that intention. Just simply tune into your chest here. Notice what's happening as you inhale and exhale. Taking your final 3 breaths. Slowly bringing your hands to touch your hips. If your legs are extended, slowly bend your knees and walk your feet back to your sitting bones. If you're in butterfly, bring your knees together, removing the props if you had any under the knees. And then listen carefully. There are different options. Some people like to just walk back up. I like to just lift my upper body gently up and remove my prop. Another option is to roll onto one side, remove your props, and then come onto your back. Do as little movement as possible, and then just come back onto your back, lying flat here, feeling into your chest and what's happening. Very powerful space to be. And walk your shoulder blades away from each other so you have lots of space, and bend your knees here. We'll be moving to gentle twist from side to side. You can have your arms wide apart or in cactus shape. And we'll be windshield wiper our knees. So your feet can be slightly wider than your hips here. And then you just move from left to right. Your head can move into the opposite direction. Keep it in, so move slowly. And the next time you're at the right side with your knees, let your knees fall and just stay here. Head towards the opposite. Breathe into your belly here. Gentle twist. And then carefully come to center. Exhale your knees towards the left, the head towards the right. Breathe into your belly. And then come back to center. Take a full breath in and hug your knees into your chest. Find stillness for a moment. Tucking your chin slightly in, resting here. And then we'll be moving into Shavasana. You can extend your legs onto your mat.
Let your feet fall out towards the sides. Walk your shoulder blades away from each other. Tuck the chin slightly in. Open your palms up towards the sky. And the arms are next to your body. We'll be taking 3 deep breaths through the nose, in and out here. With every exhale, bones become heavy. Let your breath move now naturally. Allowing your eyes to sink deeper into their eye sockets and every single part of your body to soften into the mat. Knowing you've created a safe space for yourself here so you can integrate our practice, trusting that what needs to go will go and what needs to come up will come up at the right time. I will leave you now in silence for a moment and then talk again to you. Remember your intention and repeat it 3 times internally. With every inhale, you inhale your intention into your heart. With every exhale, you spread it to every single cell in your body. Start deepening your breath here. Feeling the oxygen running through your body, making you feel alive and vibrant. Start moving your fingertips and toes, your head from side to side. And then take your arms over your head for a nice stretch. Waking up, coming back.
Maybe there is a smile on your face as you hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself the most loving hug and telling yourself nice things more often, compliments. And then roll over to your right side. And come to a comfortable seated position for the closure of our practice. You can sit in a comfortable position, bringing your hands to your heart. Align your fingertips to touch, but the center to be soft so that the light of your heart can shine through your hands into the world. Releasing your shoulders. Imagining a light at the center of your heart. As you inhale, that light expands to your chest. As you exhale, you draw that light deeper inwards towards the center of your heart, towards your spine. Inhale, expanding the light. And exhaling, drawing deeper inside. One more time. Letting go of this visualization. I'm just tuning into your heart here, into your vision for your life of June 1st, and how you think you'll feel. With every inhale, imagine that feeling already being transported into your body, your being, your thoughts, behavior, actions, tasks, the way you walk through life. Notice your heartbeat. Giving thanks here for your practice, your heart, where you are at. And bring your hands to your forehead, bow down towards your heart. And everyone here in this space, energetic space, sharing with us. Thank you. Thank you so, so much for this practice this morning. I wish you a magical day and drink lots of water. And if you can, walk barefoot outside and walk in a forest or where it's green. Green is the color of the heart chakra and the energetic center from the yogic science. And just like immerse yourself in nature and allow things to come up, like things will arise, and really journal the questions. And maybe if you can, do this practice again, this week before we have the next one. Yeah. Trust the process, and if you want to share anything, feel free to email me to hello@alexnichols.com. Yeah, I'm just grateful for you showing up here and connecting. So thank you, and have a wonderful day.